Now that Apple has introduced RAW, a feature that requires you to rig out your iPhone at least just a little, I figure now's the time to talk gear. So we have three main builds that I want to talk about today. And something that I want to state firmly is that this is a mix of gear that I have purchased myself or brands have sent me. Nobody has paid me, nobody will see this before I post it, and they will not get any say in what I say. Today's video does have a sponsor, and that's Skillshare, but more on that later. All you need to use every feature your iPhone offers is to get an external SSD. Now, I really love this Zyke drive. It's very small and easy to attach, and it has these RGB lights, which actually kind of use them as somewhat of a tally light, so that I can see that the phone, it still has power. Feature that I really like is that you can see data transfer. So it'll tell you how many megabits per second is moving through and into the drive, which is great because it's just another little peace of mind that data is going from the phone to the SSD, especially when, I had this set up for my talking head. I can't really see anything in terms of power. I can't really see if it's still rolling. So having this menu system where I can face the camera away from me, but put the drive towards me, I can get a little readout. This is like vacation mode, and you still want really good footage. I don't even need a case. I don't need anything. I just plug and I'm ready to go. Now, this drive is great. It can absolutely handle 4K, 120 frames per second, Apple ProRes 422 HQ. What it can't handle, apparently, is ProRes RAW. But I think that's more of an issue with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I've seen it throughout the internet that people are using very fast drives and having issues no matter what. If you've never used a RAW format, it's not as complicated as it seems. All you need to do is to jump into Resolve. If you don't know Resolve, that's totally fine, and that is why I'm so excited that Skillshare has sponsored this episode, because they teach you new skills in a very easy to use, creative way. And what's great for me is that it's not just watching tutorials, it's actually making stuff too. And it's not just limited to cinematography. If you want to learn about art, illustration, motion graphics, business productivity, Skillshare has got you. What makes it different is who's teaching. Cinematographers, motion designers, photographers, entrepreneurs, these are the people that are actually working in the industry they're teaching. If you've been waiting to level up your creative workflow or learn a new skill entirely, Skillshare is a great place to start. They've got thousands of creative classes taught by world-class creatives. I've been moving through Adi Singh's 7-hour masterclass all about DaVinci Resolve. It was a great class that let me speed up some of my editing workflow. And if you edit, you know how every single keystroke matters. And if you have a new project coming up, this might be the perfect way to learn that skill you've been putting off. And for the first 500 people to use the link down below or scan my QR code, you'll get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. And I am telling you, it is so worth it. Now, Resolve. What we're going to do is input our ProRes RAW footage. And as you can see, it behaves just like any other footage would. And this is true not only in Resolve, but any other editor you choose. I'm editing on an M1 Max, and as you can see, it is chugging along just fine. So if you have a more modern computer, you should have no issues with ProRes RAW. The big benefit is that you get access to the RAW panel. Here you can change how the footage is interpreted. You can convert your footage into anything you want. And yeah, you can change your white balance, shift your exposure. But more importantly, if you don't want to use this panel, you don't. And then your footage is just like anything else, but with a higher bit depth, which is a nice plus. So don't be afraid of RAW. So next up, let's talk about my everyday carry. And that is applying the Freewell Sherpa case to the iPhone 17 Pro Max, because this case slaps. I really like this case. It is dense, secure, firm, other adjectives. Out of all of the filmmaking cases, why do I recommend this one? Well, because unfortunately, Freewell has made one of my favorite products, and to use it, it's a proprietary mount. This thing is obnoxiously good, and if there's ever something that I would shill so hard for, it's this, because I'm going to. But you have to use a proprietary mount, which means you have to use the Freewell Sherpa case. I don't like that. Banish proprietary mounts. Despite this soapbox, I'm still going with Freewell's Sherpa case because of the proprietary mount. I don't know. I don't know either, man. I don't know what to tell you. All you have to do is line up the freewell symbols and then boom, they are locked on. And this is firmly locked. Like, it is pretty dang on there. I was actually very concerned, but pleasantly surprised. Now, why is this the move? Well, because it has a 1 through 5 stop variable ND. Also includes a CPO so that you can control reflections on glass. But the main thing that I love about this is that you can also just move this off, and now this is just a 67mm thread. And I can use anything I want. I view this as a magnetic map box that you can use in any capacity you want. The second thing that I love, that comes with a grad ND. Once you start using this, you can't go back because it just controls the highlights in such a grad way that it is absolutely amazing. So this is the rig. External SSD, the Freewell Sherpa case, with the most important piece, the filter tray. So I would use this setup anytime I want to get something fun, but I know I'm just moving throughout the town. This isn't a fully professional rig, but it is one that I use every day. Because I want my footage to look good, I almost always have a variable ND whenever I know that I'm going to go out and film. This is the small rig cage. I love this new system. It comes with an included case that then slots right into it and fits incredibly securely in. So one thing about getting a cage, it clearly escalates the setup to something that is not easily used in a day-to-day setting, but it brings a lot of advantages, one of which is universal mounting points like 1/4-20. I gotta yell that because there are a few cages from people that should know better that don't include 1/4-20 threads. This has multiple 1/4-20 access points throughout the cage. Like let's say you needed the SSD completely out of your way and a cold shoe was being used by maybe your sound. Now you can attach this little magic arm, which I love these little guys. You can do anything with them. And now you have a rig that gets your SSD out of your way, and that's only possible if you have universal mounting points. That's the power of a cage, is how quickly you can rig it and how easily you can get it to be whatever you want. And that's amazing because of universal mounting points. So if you are looking at a cage, they don't have 1/4-20s, that's not a cage, that's a gimmick. Listen, I get that it might feel like this is a lot of gear, but for comparison, this is the minimum amount of gear I need to run a Red Komodo. And this is all the gear that I need for the iPhone. I'm fitting it all into this tiny little backpack. I was a hater when I saw these announced. I didn't think these handles were cool, but they are actually the shit. Honestly, I cannot knock these. These are pretty great. This is a great handheld setup, especially because ProRes RAW, you can't use internal image stabilization, which honestly is totally fine. Just take your time, really lock it into your body, and use your body to twist, not your hands. It can help mitigate those micro jitters. So what is the use case for this? Well, I would say if you're planning on shooting RAW and you're planning on shooting professionally, I think this is a wise investment. The cage especially is just really rock solid. I really like the cage. This is the gear I've been able to look through with the iPhone 17. This is not all inclusive, and this is only going off of what I've been able to use. I'm super excited for when Bscript launches their cage and I can test out their kit. So if there is something that you want me to take a look at, comment down below. If you've enjoyed this, please like, subscribe. Love you. Bye. Don't make fun of my hair. It's been all over the map this entire episode. I don't care. Don't be rude.